Hello, my name is Lieutenant Ginnabaugh. Today we're going to be talking about post-use care for all of our hand tools, pike poles, flathead axes, thickhead axes, New York hooks, all the tools from a structure fire incident or any sort of hazmat incident or extrication incident. We're going to be demonstrating today on this flathead axe off of the platform. As you can see, it does have some drywall dust, drywall debris still on this, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to clean this, maintain it, and then put it back into service. The other thing we are going to address today is going to be proper tool maintenance after inspection on weekly checks on the tools. We'll be going over the details of that after.
These will be the items that you will need when cleaning a tool after use from an event. You will need a mild detergent soap, such as dish soap, a stiff bristle brush, and a bucket that you can use water and soap combination. I want to stress this, we are not going to be using car wash soap as well as the car wash brushes or the car wash bucket. We don't want to transfer any of the debris into those areas to potentially scratch it.
The next thing we do when we're cleaning our tools is to dry them thoroughly. The biggest enemy to any of our metal hand tools, such as hand axes, pike poles, specifically the pike end of them, is going to be rust. Rust really starts to deteriorate tools and pit into the metal. Fortunately, this axe is in pretty decent shape metal-wise, but you want to make sure that there is a thorough dry on these tools. You don't want any water left over. If you have any leftover debris on the tool that you were cleaning, specifically some really set in drywall dust, plaster, things of that nature, you can use the drill with this wire bristle attachment. Both Station 1 and Station 3 have one of these in the toolboxes. If you don't know, you can ask your lieutenant or the DC on shift to get this taken care of for you. What you'll do is you'll put this in either direction, both either tighten or loosen, doesn't matter. And then you'll take your tool, which I will not demonstrate just due to noise, and you're going to go into the areas that are thoroughly contaminated still. After you are done with that, you will wipe down your tool, making sure all that large debris is gone, and we will go into oiling it. With all the debris thoroughly removed, and our axe now in a little bit better shape, we go into the oiling portion of things. What we do is we take engine oil. Doesn't matter what kind. Generally, I go for a 5W30 because it's the most common oil that we carry, other than our diesel oil, and that's primarily used for our larger apparatus. So 5W30 is great. What you're going to do is you're going to take the cap off, put your rag on top, do a couple little dips, and you're going to end up with just a little spot of oil on there. From there, you take a little bit onto the face of each side and really work that oil onto the tool in all the portions, the sharp edges, the top, the striking areas, as well as the cutting areas. Now, as you can see, that has quite a bit of a shine to it. It means there might be just a little bit too much oil on it. So what you do is you take the dry portion of your rag and you just do a light wipe on all the sides. And that'll take all the extra oil off, but still maintain a bit of protection for this tool. And as you can see, my finger just slides and skates across, and you'll feel that little bit of oil on there. But what this does is the detergents in the engine oil help prevent rust for a duration of time. Obviously, we're going to have to be doing this repeatedly as we use tools. So this is going to be your basic care for post-fire incidents. Now I'll be showing you the difference between a properly maintained tool that just needs an oil and a tool that has been neglected. This closet hook, a 3-foot pike, you can see here, the head of this pike is actually in really good shape. All this is going to need is just a light oil, and then this will be good to be put back in service. Remember, a little bit of the engine oil goes a long way. So the rag that we used on the previous axe still has a fair amount of oil on it. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to take that rag with that oil, and we're just going to oil up the metal piercing portion of this pike pole. This is going to be made of steel, which is a higher likelihood of rusting, having pitting and falling apart, especially these rivets, nuts, and bolts that hold it together. So you want to try to keep these slightly oiled to try to prevent that rust from occurring. What that does is it prevents it from falling apart on a seam. And as you can see now, that has a nice sheen to it. A little bit much if you feel, you just wipe it, and now you're back to a very clean, very nicely oiled tool. On the other side of things, this tool has clearly been neglected in its time. As you can see in there, there's some pitting into the metal. This pickhead axe has definitely seen some better days. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of talk you through maintenance of this and getting this back to a usable state. Both Station 1 and Station 3 have a bench-mounted grinder, one side with a wire wheel, in this instance it's on the left, and one side with a grinder on the right. Whenever this is in use, you will always be using eye protection. In this case at Station 3, we have a full face shield that we will be using, as this does not have the clear plastic guards on this specific grinder. Whereas Station 1 has the clear plastic guards, you're more apt to use just eye protection for that one specifically. With the wire wheel complete, you can kind of see that this axe in general is in a lot better shape. Now, we go back to the old rag and oil. Now that I've used this a couple of times, you just, one little dip should be all that you need to get this axe back up to appropriate level. Now, this oil can also be used to clean up the fiberglass and plastic handles of these tools, but you really want to clean that oil off after you've used it to clean the tool handle itself. You don't want the tool sliding out of your hands while you're using it. It could not be a good idea, especially if you're swinging something like this. Now, see, that doesn't take very long. Just take the dry portion of that rag, just wipe it off, and just like that, get a well-oiled axe.